Welcome to 35 to 1 Roulette Cruising. We've got a subscriber strategy. It's called Honeycomb. Let's check it out. All right, we've got a strategy that's been submitted by David. Originally, he wanted to call it Yin and Yang on steroids, but we kind of agreed on a name. We're going to call it Honeycomb because the setup is not really based on how the table looks. It's how the coverage looks on the wheel. I'll put a graphic up right here. And the reason we're calling it Honeycomb is because it's got 6 sections of 5 numbers each. And if you notice by the graphic there, it kind of looks like a honeycomb. So we decided, let's go with honeycomb. Let's call it that. So you're covering 30 numbers with this strategy. And the layout is, I'll put the graphic up right here. You got 30 numbers covered. So you're going to have 8 numbers that are complete bus numbers. Every location that has a bet on it is a 6-chip profit. So we're going to buy in for $400. And we're going to be playing with $2 chips. So let me get the chips ready, and I'll show you how to set it up. Okay, so with the strategy, you've got 30 numbers covered. Now the coverage on this goes like this. You got 1 chip on 3. Now I'm just going to put all the chips out, and then I'm going to show you how to reduce it down so it's easier to set up. Okay, so you got it on 3, then 4, 5, 6, and then 9. And then you have 1 chip on those 6 numbers there. Okay, we're going to go all the way down, just putting 1 chip on every number, all the way down to the 28 to 30 street there. And then once we get down here, we're going to put a chip on 31, 32, and 35, 36. Okay, so we have 30 chips out there. We've got 30 numbers covered. And to make it easier for setup, what I'm going to do is we're going to stack these 3 chips on this street here. We're going to stack 6 chips here on this double street, the 10 to 15 double street. 6 chips on the 16 to 21 double street. 6 chips, 22 to 27 double street. 3 chips, 28 to 30 street. And to make it easier, you could leave these here if you wanted to leave them this way, but I would probably set them up and do it as splits. Pays the same, doesn't matter if it's on single numbers or split like that. Just kind of makes it a little easier to kind of set it out there. And it doesn't look like you have so much covered if the pit boss walks by. So we're going to leave it set up this way. We're going to flat bet it. We're not going to change anything. If I lose, I'm not even going to rake the table. I'm just going to pay out 30 chips as a loss, and then we're going to see if we can survive. We're going to go, of course, we're going to shoot for 20 spins to start with, and if we can go up to 30, we might go out to 30. So here we go. Let's get our first spin going. All right, 22. That is a 6-chip profit there. So we're just going to collect 6 chips. And let's just set them, well, we'll go ahead and put them on our rack. All right, we'll try to start filling our rack up. Okay. Okay, 35. That is a 6-chip profit there as well. All right, 6. That's a 6-chip profit. Okay, so there's 34, so that's our first bust number. We're 4 spins in. We've already had our first bust. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pay the 30 chips. And we're ready to go for our next spin. Okay, 27. It's a 6-chip profit there. 11, 6-chip profit. 2, there's another bust. So we're just going to pay out the 30-chip loss here. $31, that's a 6-chip profit there. $30, a 6-chip profit. $35, that's a 6-chip profit. All right, so we're on spin number 11, and so far we may be down 20 bucks at this point. Okay, 1. All right, that's a loss. All right, there's 30 chips right there. $35, that is a 6-chip profit. $11, a 6-chip profit. $26, it's a 6-chip profit. $29, that's a 6-chip profit. $28, that's a 6-chip profit. Okay, 3, that's a 6-chip profit. Okay, 33. Okay, there's a 30-chip loss. $3, that's a 6-chip profit. $16, that's a 6-chip profit. All right, this is spin number 20. Okay, 7, that is a 30-chip loss. All right, we're going ahead. We're going to go to the 30 spins. We're at spin 21. It's not doing too bad, to be honest. And 35, that's a 6-chip profit. $26, that's a 6-chip profit. $19, that's a 6-chip profit. $34, that's a 30-chip loss. All right, 11, that's a 6-chip profit. $35 is a 6-chip profit. $20 is a 6-chip profit. And 5 is a 6-chip profit. 19. That's a 6-chip profit. And here we go. So this is spin number 30. Running the Honeycomb strategy, covering 30 numbers. Every location bet is a 6-chip profit. And we're playing with $2 chips, so it's a $60 average. And 34 would be a 30-chip loss. Okay. All right, so there's those 30 chips we just lost there. Let's go ahead and rake it. Let's see what we finished with here. I know we're down a little bit. That's a matter of how much. Okay, so we bought in for $400. So there's 200. There's 240, 50, 60, $268. All right, so that is a $132 loss. We went 30 spins with it at a $60 average. So 30 spins at $60 average, you should earn 60 points every 10 spins, give or take. So I could see this strategy would earn you, 180 points for those 30 spins. So, it didn't do too bad. I'd probably like to run it a little longer, just to kind of see if it could hold up, because it's like it loses, and then you have 4 or 5 wins in a row, kind of recoup a little bit, and then it's 4 or 5 wins, and then you lose again. So it's kind of cycling through, and I think that's mainly because of the way around the wheel, the way your losing numbers are spaced out around the wheel. It's kind of the averages. That's probably what I would say. It's probably going to go 4 or 5 spins before it loses. And that's kind of what we did here. As far as rating goes for the strategy, I do like the coverage. I really like the coverage. And there is some things you could do with it. You could double up if you wanted to double up. You could take those 6 chips and start putting them on some places and see if you can kind of make a little extra off of those 6 chips. I would probably focus on these double streets, maybe even put a couple of chips on a couple of the double streets, see if you can get a hit that way, and that kind of help recoup some of that. But you're also putting yourself at risk of, continuing to lose your bankroll. So it's completely up to you. There's kind of ways to do it to get some of it back, but you got to put more at risk to do that. As far as comp value goes, I'm definitely going to give this one, I'm going to give this one 4 stars because it's got good coverage. And as far as the comp value of it, you got $60 per spin. So that's a pretty good average for a low bankroll for a $400 buy-in. I could probably see you buying in for $200 with this strategy and most likely being able to go 20 to 30 spins for sure with it. So comp value is going to be 4 stars. Profitability is going to be, I think it's going to be a 1 star for profitability. I wouldn't play this strategy expecting to make any profit, especially if you're playing $2 chips. A 6-chip win, that's $12 win. Maybe if you got 10 wins in a row and you was able to get $100 profit, maybe, cash out and take your $100 and leave. It could happen. But I'm not playing this for profitability. I'm playing this for the comp value of it. So 1 star on profitability. Now, as far as ease of setup goes, it's not exactly the easiest thing to set up. If you look at the diagram, I'll put it back up there. Okay, so if you look at the way it's around the wheel and you know where your losses are, you could figure it out and do it that way. But you're really going to have to study this to figure out where to put the 6 chips here, 3 chips here, 6, 6, 3 there, 2 here, 2 there, 1, 1. Okay, so it's a little complicated. So as far as ease of setup goes, I'm going to probably give it a 2. I don't think you'll be able to sit down and right out the gate throw this out there. Maybe after a few times setting it up, it might get a little easier, but it's kind of the first time in, first time setting it out. You'd have to definitely look at something to kind of get it set up. So it's not super complicated, but you know, for somebody new playing the game, this isn't one that I would kind of give instruction on how to set this up without standing over their shoulder and pointing where to place it. Okay. All right. Well, David, I appreciate you sending me the strategy over. So that is the honeycomb strategy that David sent to me. If you have a strategy you want me to try, send it to me at roulettecruising@gmail.com. I like a $300 to $400 buy-in. I try to go 20 to 30 spins with it. If it goes south on one session, I'll try to go another session to give it a chance and see how it does. But other than that, be sure to like this video for me. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to 35 to 1 Roulette Cruising. And until next time, happy cruising. We'll see you. Bye.